What is the major problem about this funding issue? What exactly is the problem, if I may ask?
You see, some people do not understand. We have a structure in Nigeria, just like in any organization.
Yes.
To run an organization successfully, you must have structure.
Yes.
In Nigeria, there are 3 levels: the federal, the states, and the local government.
Mm-hmm.
If tomorrow we decide to adopt another system, so be it. Mm-hmm. But if we don't follow the arrangements of the current structure, then nothing will happen in terms of development. The thing is, on a monthly basis, all revenue generated by the country called Nigeria is shared according to certain principles among the 3 levels of government. And these 3 levels of government, they meet in Abuja, share their money. Constitutionally, there's a provision for a joint account between the states and the local government. Mm-hmm. The money for the local government will go into that joint account, and from there, they too will have a meeting. Every state of the federation is supposed to have what we call JAC meeting. That's Joint Account Allocation Committee meeting. They have a small committee. It is from there. The same indices they use in Abuja to share money for the states is the same indices that will be done for the local government too.
Yes.
The states will have gotten its own money directly. These indices include population, geographical landmarks, and some other things. So, but in the case of Ogun State, since we became chairman, not a dime has been given to any local government.
Not a dime?
The explanation from Abeokuta is that they are helping us to pay this, helping us to pay that. In fact, as at the time I wrote that letter, the governor claimed the local governments in Ogun State are owing the state government 17 billion. I replied that my local government is not owing anybody shishi. We are not owing, because what you are spending money on, I don't even know. You don't carry me along. You don't carry any of the local government chairmen along. You are not supposed to be spending money on our behalf. Give us our money, whatever we need to pay, whatever we need to do, we will do it on our own. But now you say we are owing. I'm not owing. I told him my local government is not owing anybody 1 naira. So that's the situation.
Is this peculiar to your local government or all the local governments?
All the 20 local governments in Ogun State. All the 20 local governments in Ogun State.
So do you have the mandate of your fellow chairman to put up this struggle?
No, the thing is, right from when we were in school, there will be protests today, protests tomorrow. Some people will make arrangements to do it. And somewhere along the line, you'll see some of them escaping. Now, the thing is, when this thing started about a year ago, a few of us among the chairmen, we decided that, look, we need to talk to some leaders of the party.
Yes.
Because it affected us in the last election in Ogun State. Because you can't go to any local government and see any meaningful project, which is what I've always been telling those who are close to me. Then Buhari was there. I said, no matter how much money Buhari pumps out, if the local governments are not properly sorted, nothing will happen. And it's the same thing with the Tinubu administration.
Yes.
The president is there. No matter the kind of policy they formulate at the top, it will not make any difference in the life of the average person. Why? Unless we change the structure. The Constitution provides for federal, states, and local government based on the federal system of government. As long as we maintain that and we are not faithful in implementing how funds should get to them, forget it. No matter the kind of policy they formulate at the center, it will come to zero. You go to some places, you see the streets messed up, waste not cleared. A lot of things the local governments are supposed to be doing, we are not doing them. And I feel that shame. I'm a journalist. Coming from that background, we are the ones who accuse us in government of not working. How can I get into that position and I'm not doing anything? Meanwhile, the means to do it is not there. So I had to voice out. All of us agreed that we were going to do this, but somewhere along the line, my colleagues backed out. But that is not a problem for me. It's something that has happened before, so I'm not bothered.
I know it won't be. But we saw a video, whatever, of them prostrating and begging the governor. What were they begging him for?
See, that thing is in 2 phases. When we got, before we got there, we had a meeting. And I told the Ogun chairman in Ogun State, Alhaji Gazal, I've worked with the governor before. By the time you get there, they were the ones who invited us through the SSG. By the time you get there, TV cameras will be waiting for you. They will just ambush you with it. They didn't believe it. No, let's go. Blah, blah, blah. When we got there, the apology they did, though they should have explained themselves, but I think all of them are scared. It was the secretary to the state government who first apologized to the chairman, because there was a statement the state government issued a week before, a press statement, that money for palliatives has been given to all local governments. People should go and hold their local government chairman, that they should do palliatives for them, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, that was a lie. Nothing like that happened. You understand? Nothing, absolutely nothing like that happened. So the SSG got up and said he wants to apologize on behalf of the governor and the state government that press statement was issued, that was an overzealous information officer. Initially, he said it was the PS local government. Later, he now said it's the PS, the information officer to the local government. That it was the SSG who apologized. And moving on from there, he said this letter to Chief Oshoba that it has embarrassed the governor. In Yoruba law, we are all Yorubas. If an elder should offend a junior one, the junior one has to apologize. If it is the junior one that offends, that. But what is in the letter? Is it a lie? Or say no, that we should not discuss about that. That the governor feels embarrassed by it. The thing was not meant for the media in the immediate. It's supposed to be a second follow-up. The thing was sent to Oshoba. Unfortunately, one of our people that got the letter was the one who gave it to PM News. Because PM News was the first to use the story. So rising from that, then I agreed, okay, let's go to the governor. But I was with them. Let's go to the governor and apologize for embarrassing, if he feels that he was embarrassed. But not concerning the content of the letter. The procession was not done concerning the letter at all. He said it wasn't. Because when I was detained by the DSS, it was the same thing the DSS were demanding from me. That I should write a retraction and apologize. I said, no, as an Agbalagba, I'm a Yoruba. If an Omode should share Agbalagba, the Omode will be better. If the Agbalagba should share Omode will be better. If he feels in any way I've embarrassed him, I told the DSS, I'm not going to write any retraction over my dead body.
Why did the DSS pick you up? Were you arrested or were you invited?
I was invited, and not by the director of the DSS himself.
Okay.
As a local government chairman, my local government borders Ondo State, and we have problems of Fulanis, cultists, kidnappings, and so on. Me, I've been working with the DSS for a long time in terms of cooperation. Yeah. In fact, at some point, I had to invite the chairman of Ijebu local government in Ondo State to come and have a security meeting. We'll go and check the records. You won't hear of kidnapping in my local government. You won't hear of cultism or anything. I do what is necessary in terms of relating with the necessary people so that we nip all these things in the bud. But that's part of what I said earlier. If local government chairmen should do their work, my brother, there won't be kidnapping or anything like that in any part of Nigeria.
Time you were invited, it wasn't for this issue.
No, it was for this issue. One of them, who is a young friend of mine, said the director would like to discuss some things with me as per the letter. So I got there. I went there with my PA and one of my staff. So they didn't allow those ones to enter. I got in there and they took me to the director. So that was happening. He said the governor has written a letter to the DSS that I'm inciting people against the state government. I said, incite? There's nothing like incitement now. I wrote a letter to Chief Oshoba. Fine, it got away into the press. No problem. But check the letter yourself now. It's about our monthly allocation. There's nothing like incitement. As I have to be detained until I write an apology and a retraction. I said, that apology and retraction, it will not happen. So it was the governor who wrote a letter for that, which I didn't know. If they had told me that, I would have prepared myself, maybe go with a lawyer or something like that. It was when I got there, he said there's a letter from the governor that I was inciting people. So I didn't incite anybody. Check the letter. You are DSS. I'm sure you have all of this information.
So how long did you spend there?
I spent 3 days there.
What?
I was released on Monday. I spent 3 days. I was detained on Friday.
Detained in a cell or what?
No. I was not put in a cell. I was in the reception auto. Restriction of movement, which was not too okay.
Just for you to write a letter of apology for something that is your right.
And a retraction.
So have you retracted the letter?
No, why should I retract?
No, I don't know.
What I did.
I know you.
I can't retract it.
Look, my
former political editor of the Punch, an activist, Abba.
I know.
It's not possible. Unless it's not true. If it is not true, fine. One will retract, but this thing is true. Okay, it's true now, so why should I retract?
So where are things now? Any money released to you? What exactly, where are we now with this issue?
No, I think I was telling someone close to me this morning that my fear is for the All Progressive Congress our party has to take serious interest in this issue because we practically lost the last election in Ogun State. And right now, people are angry with APC in Ogun State.
On an average, what kind of money are we talking about every month?
I doubt if there's any local government that gets less than 200 million per month from the Federation account. And that's one. Mr. Disu, listen, I want to say that President Muhammadu Buhari, he did very well for the local government. But it was late before we got to know. There's what you call, they call it palliative today. I think it calls zone shopping or whatever. 4 times Buhari sent money. That's outside of federal allocation. The first one was 2.5 billion. He sent for the 20 local governments in Ogun State. I'm sure other local governments across the country, money was sent to them as well. But I'm talking about Ogun State. The first one was 2.5 billion. Second, 2.6 billion. Third one, 2.7 billion. The last one, shortly before Buhari left, which is sent to the local government, was 2.8 billion. A dime of this money did not get to any local government in Ogun State. So you're talking about a lot of money. A dime of it. What did they do with it?
Okay, so as it stands now, he claims that he has suspended. Yeah,
I'm suspended.
For maladministration and financial management. My
brother, if you are going to pass judgment on somebody, at least you hear the person's side. It was after the suspension, they now wrote a letter. I should come and explain myself. What kind of this is that? They were instructed. We're in court already.
Oh, for your suspension?
Yeah, we're in court for the suspension already.
Well, do you hope you will get any reprieve from the courts? Hello?
See, as I mentioned earlier, one thing I always tell my children, respect everybody.
Yes.
But never fear anybody, no matter how big, no matter how powerful. The only being you should fear is God.